good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you doing? Welcome in. This is Divine Messenger 717. I am Mary Jo. I'm so happy to have you here. If you're a newcomer, welcome. If you are not a newcomer, thank you for returning. I appreciate you being here just as much as everyone else. Just going to tap in. I've got a full weekend this weekend, so I won't be able to get into any, readings. So I thought I'd do some, a couple videos this afternoon or this morning rather for whoever, the weekend energies or whatever spirit wants to come through. And right now we've got fork in the road coming through, got a decision to make, and it regards your stability or get grounded in order to make that decision. What else can you tell us, Spirit? Hope everyone is doing well. We got both the girls here, frigid on the back of the couch, finishing up her bath. Bullshit just finished her breakfast. There we go. Let's see what. Okay, this could possibly be a soulmate, twin flame, maybe reading. We'll see. I do have blessed with a master number 22 there. I love that. Building something beautiful for yourself, a never-ending story. What are you stressing about? I have a feeling Mercury just started his pre-shadow phase yesterday. So something could be coming back around that you have either thought was done, thought was healed. Could be different, obviously, for everyone. But Spirit's asking you to find the silver lining within it. Yeah, I'm just really feeling there is a decision to make, but I'm feeling now is not the time. It's just get yourself grounded. I feel like this decision is someone specific needs to hear the message of just get yourself grounded first and foremost, because where you're at, you're just too up in your head and you can't make the decision from there. You can't see the blessing in the situation from being too much up in your head. Oh, holy cow. Did you see that? I'm just like, wow, bam, boom. So something finished abruptly. I'm just feeling that bam, like getting rear-ended by a Mack truck. You're at the light, waiting for the light. You look in the rearview mirror. There's nothing there. Then all of a sudden there's something there, and you just get that jolt. Just bam. I'm surprised that's not the tower. All right, tell me more. What is this ending? It's faded. It's definitely because you were stuck. That's why there's a fork in the road. So some of you may be stuck right now, and Spirit's going to move you. Spirit is going to move you, and they're going to move you with such momentum that it could rattle you if you're not grounded. Okay? If you're too airy-fairy up in your head about whatever this is for you, you could get rocked off your foundation. That's not Spirit's intention. So that's on you. I guess that's the best way I can put that. That's on you. How are you going to behave? How are you going to respond? How are you responding to all of this? And yeah, like I said, whatever this is for you, if something hasn't ended, it's going to end, and it's going to end quickly because Spirit's trying to move you forward on your path that they've nudged. Now they're coming in with some really, I don't want to use the word force, but the the momentum is the best because I can feel it on my back. It's like it's really trying to push me, but my body is trying to be rigid. When you're grounded, you're not rigid. You're able to flow. Um, think of a tree. The tree has the deep roots, right? But a tree is very flexible. It knows how to bend, and it's it was created so it can move in the high winds and the storms and all different type of climate changes. That boy, did that come through last week? Hello, Chat. What's up? What's up? You got something to say? Hmm? Got something to say? Just had the wind pick up. There's, I'm really there is definitely some change in the wind here. Definitely, and it's oh my gosh, it's you do not understand how incredibly blessed you're going to be, and how much of a blessing this situation is. Whether you get rocked off your foundation or you allow yourself to bend and weave and flow with the energy, with the momentum. Whatever this is, it's coming in with some force, for sure. But this is in the quantum field. There's a new beginning, the Fool energy, the Hierophant, Page of Wands, turning your back on the old standards. This could be this could be a personal message of maybe turning your back on traditional marriage, traditional partnerships, traditional religion. Hierophant really coming through with some strong, rigid tradition. But the key to this is to look forward to something new. There's more to discover here. So when I was growing up, I grew up Catholic and would often sleep in the pew. Church bored the heck out of me because, and I didn't know it then. I know now, but I did know then that something was just off with it, and so I would fall asleep and I kept having this what I thought was a dream. But now I understand it was Mother Mary and Yeshua speaking with me, saying there's so much more. There's just so much more, Mary Jo. There's so much more than what you're being taught, than what's being spoken about, than everything. There's if you've been in religion before, you know what I'm talking about. This is about gaining a new perspective, a new direction, looking forward, spirit's moving you. I feel like this is not something new to you. I feel like this is something like this never-ending story. This is something that's been coming up again and again and again. Like I said, you've been being nudged, but now it's the time for you to allow the nudge, allow the push, however it comes through for you, because it's time. There's a clock on that never-ending story. She's sitting on an hourglass, and there's a clock here, and it's pointed to yes, and in between yes and no, but in the center is love, right? And she's got a hand mirror, an old-fashioned hand mirror there. So this is showing you, whatever this is, it's showing you something about yourself, whether it's past patterns, past belief systems. You're being asked to rise above the traditional belief systems you've had. Something needs to end there because you're being moved into a totally new direction. So the card in this deck that I'm just seeing it in my mind's eye, and I know you've seen it before if you've been with me for a while. It's called Between Worlds. It's got a flamingo who's in black and white on one foot, and then on one side of the card, and then Technicolor on the other. That's what I'm being shown. This is for someone or a collective of someone's, the collective. We are collectively on the verge of new things, but before the new can enter in fully, we need the old systems to break down. And I can't find it. You know what I'm talking about, though. If you, especially if you've been with me for a while, this is. I feel like who I'm picking up on is so in their head that they're very rigid, not wanting to believe that things are changing, not wanting change to happen, not wanting to look at their role in this, that mirror in this. She's got a mirror sitting next to her, and it's sitting next to her. She's not looking into it. You look into the mirror, it's going to show you everything that you need to know. And I know a lot of people try not to do that, try not to look in the mirror because they don't want to take responsibility. Someone or the macro, whoever this is for, now we've got to take responsibility for our response, our reaction. We can, you know, we can. I didn't want to talk about this, but we could put this into this week. We had the U.S. elections this week. If you're pissed off, fine, but you don't have to put that out into the universe. If you're happy, great. You still don't have to put that out in the universe. If you have not watched Amanda Ellis's, she's from Angelic Celestial Colors on YouTube. If you have not watched her post-election video, please do. It was so, even the one before the pre-election video that she did, so well done. I am 1,000,000% on board with what she's saying because it's what I've been receiving myself. It's not about ha, we won, or the other end of the spectrum of oh, for fuck's sake kind of energy. This is about, okay, this is what happened. Okay, it's not over yet. I can tell you that things are not set in stone right now. But how can we, as a humanity, come together for the greater good? How can we use this? How can you use your view, and how can I use my view? Which I don't have a view. I choose not to vote. It's been a very long time since I have, but that's me. So I don't have an opinion one way. I look at the energy, and I look at the energy of each individual. I look at the energy of the whole, and that's what I let guide me. You're being asked to let the universe guide this, whatever this is. If this is about the U.S. elections, if this is about something personal in your own life, which most generally it's going to be, because how you view the macro is what's going on inside, plain and simple. And if that news triggers you, let it. It's okay. Just let it. See what it says to you. Ask it what it's saying to you. Ask it to show you what you've been possibly holding on to that's been unchanging. Actually, no. Spirit's saying, no, this has been changing. This has been changing. But you or a group of collectives has been like digging their heels in so it doesn't change. It has to. Again, macro, micro, however this sits for you. But there's some amazing news coming in. I mean, we've got the Eight of Wands and the Page of Wands. Some very big downloads coming in, which we have had. We've had high solar winds, we've had geostorms, we've had auroras, look at this year. It's been so big because we are in a solar event year. I think they happen every 11, 12 years, something like that. And so it's no mistake that we've had high energetics this year at very specific times of the year. Think about that. I mean, it was brilliant how the Galactics and Spirit did this right at election time. We were meant to receive the downloads. We were meant to receive the momentum to move us forward. You know, Pluto's entering Aquarius in 10 days. 10 days. So that's about, you know, embracing the new. It's how did I write that down here? A new vision for the world. That's how it came through. So, and we can't sit in the old traditional patriarchal systems, two-party systems, all of that. We can't, you know, me above you, or you above me in the masses. It's not about that. You know, people balk at the unity consciousness, but that's why we're here. That's why I'm here. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. This is whatever this news is for you. Let's bring this down to the micro. Whatever this news is for you, it's I'm here. For someone, it's a plan. It's a plan that gets implemented now, and it gets set in something tangible. For someone, I'm seeing what are they called? Blueprints. I'm seeing blueprints for a house. Possibly, maybe breaking ground to build a new home. For some, could be a business. Oh, I love that. Queen of Cups. How she's looking at that cup. It's a very interesting cup. Kind of looks like a little robot with hands. I mean, look at, kind of looks like a little robot with hands, and she's lovingly looking at it and holding it in her hand. I never looked at it like that before. I love that she's got the little cherubs. I'm seeing this card very differently today. I've got two cherubs here on her throne and one down here set in the base of it, really overlooking her and guiding her. So this is a nod to we are very divinely protected and guided here. Our angelic team, our galactic team have been, holy cow. I mean, if you can see them in the sky like I can, you know what's been going on and how is that the right word? I don't even know what that word is. Voraciously? Is that? I don't know. I gotta look that up. Voracious. How do you? What does that word mean? I don't know if it's, but it's a word I'm being given. They've been working very diligently. Let's just put it that way, to set the stage for whatever this is. For the macro, yes, also for the micro, for your own individual story here, for this to move forward for the highest good of everyone involved. Yeah, I'm really picking up on that, the protection from this card here. You could be noticing it more and more in your own personal experiences, being able to look at the sky and see a ship, or, you know, seeing the orbs or the flashes of light more and more. You know, we are waking up for sure. Love that. Truth. Yes, we are. We are all waking up more and more and more. Even if you've already had a spiritual awakening, we don't just have one, we have multiple. We have them on multiple levels as we go through the healing process, as we go through the shedding of layers of dense dross energy, as we change our DNA from the 2-strand to the 12-strand. So there is a lot of truth that is hitting the heart space right now for many on different levels, in different areas, but keeping the heart open, seeing how incredibly blessed that you are for whatever is playing out, whether it's something that you didn't plan, whether it was something that you didn't hope for, It's still for the highest good of you and of the whole. One more card. Hey, hello there. And the world. Yep. I got this for my last card for myself yesterday in my own reading. Definitely a new cycle coming in. I mean, look at, you've got, I love these cards all coming out. It's time to change. It's time to change. It's time for the collective humanity. Moving out of the control systems. I don't want to get that deep into this reading though, but you know it. If you're here, you know it. It's been going on. Seven of Cups. There could be some confusion for some, especially since Mercury just entered its pre-shadow phase. We do have a day coming up. Is it when he? I don't have it. I do have it written down. I just don't want to keep going through everything. When Mercury stations retrograde is the 26th. So from the 7th to the 26th, we are in the pre-shadow. No sudden. So that's why I said in the beginning, there's really no sudden movements for you to do. The movements are going to come to you and through you and for you. Your job now is to get out of your head, get into your heart, get grounded, so the energy from source can flow through and communicate, and the energy from Mother Gaia can come up and sit in the heart space. And when you're in that heart space, when you're heart centered and balanced, that's how the truth can come through. So these communications, this download, these messages from spirit guides, however they're coming through for you, they can come through with a clear channel, through a clear channel. Yeah, we are definitely clearing past. There's just a long line of patterns, belief systems that are clearing out. I was kind of looking at this Ten of Swords going, okay, what's ended? Asking Spirit what's ended. And again, it's going to be different for everyone. So let's take a look here. So we have the Ten of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles, but they flew out in the reverse. So let me sit with that. Yeah, I feel like where we haven't taken responsibility for our what we're putting out into the world, what we're continuing to hold on to, what we're not willing to look at, what we're not willing to change, that's gonna end. And spirit's coming in and going to end it. I have been saying ever since I started my channel, if you're new here, you don't know my story, I've been saying, if you've been nudged, take those nudges, because you do not want the universe to come in and move things around for you. But they will, because according to your soul's contract and the timing and the cosmic alignments and everything, things have to move forward when they have to move forward. There's no way around that. It's just cosmic law, right? So 2008 was getting nudges. 2010, still getting nudges. Didn't listen. Was not listening to my higher self. Was not listening to my guidance. I did not even have my spiritual awakening yet. Was still very much in my ego. 2010 October, had to leave work for medical reasons. Went on a medical leave. 2011 in April, had to retire from that position. 2012, by June of 2012, I was so incredibly sick because I wasn't listening to my guides, they used that as part of my ascension process, and they ripped it. And I understand, there's no blame here, there's no animosity or anything, really. I get it. They had to rip the rug out from underneath me. They ripped out my health. They took away my ability to work mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Just broke me down to to the bare bones, to nothing really. And had major surgery August 30th, 2012. Came out of that 2 days later, like bam, fully online, and having to get my bearing right. This is a I've been given these a lot lately. I feel like these heads up that something needs to end. You've been getting the nudges. You have been doing the work. I see that you've been doing the work, but I feel like you've been doing them alone. You haven't been asking your guides that have been sitting right there waiting for you to say help. So if you've been working with your guides and all this, maybe this message isn't for you. This is for someone who has not been listening to the nudges, who have not been, you may not even be awake, and that's okay. Or you may be awake and just like I said, just sitting in that um, too much in the headspace. And there's no judgment here. This is just where you're at on your journey. But Spirit is coming through and saying it's time for you to take responsibility for where you're at in your journey. Because if you're upset about how your outer world is looking, then it's time to look within and clean that up first. Get right with yourself in spirit inside first, because that's when the outer world starts to fall into place. You are receiving downloads. We've got the 8, 9, and 10 of wands here. So there is progression. That's a beautiful thing to see. Spirit likes to see that. You have put in a lot of hard work. You have possibly right now, you may either be in a dark night of the soul, of a dark night of the soul, and not knowing which direction with that fork in the road, which is fine. Right now, you're being asked to ground yourself and assess how you got here, assess where your mind is, assess where your heart is, assess where your money is, even. Is this the job that you really want to, that you feel that is going to sustain you? Whatever, like I said, whatever it is for you, there's a system. For some of you, it's going to be a partnership, could be business, could be love. Traditionally, I read this as a love partnership, but it doesn't have to be. But we do have the soulmates on the bottom. Either way, could be work partnership, business, friendship, something. But there's something about it that's changing, and it has to. It's leveling up because it has to. It's time. Wheel of Fortune, it's time. You've been getting the nudges, you've been getting the downloads, whether you're aware of them or not. They are coming through. We do have the 2 aces here. I love that with the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful new beginnings, new opportunities to walk through. Who is that? Is that the song by the Doors? Something step through to the other side. What it gosh, I'm gonna look that up too. Break on through to the other side. And don't ask me to sing. I don't know if that whole song, I'll look up the lyrics and see if it's pertaining to this. There might be just some part of the lyrics that does. I'm not sure what that song, because I can't grab the whole lyrics, but I'm hearing that. But you're about to walk through this portal, this gateway, and it's okay. And it's okay. You don't know which direction to go in, because you're not meant to know right now. You might not have known for a very long time, a few weeks. I can relate that to when my mom's passing. I stood there going, now what do I do? I don't know what to do with my life. So I get that feeling of, so something has changed. If this hasn't changed by now, it's about to. But if it's changed already, then you're sitting in the space of trying to, or not trying to, just trying to get yourself grounded and out of the headspace so you can recognize the blessings of everything that's occurred. Okay. But for some of you, if this has not happened yet, it's okay. There's, like I said, the only thing for you to do in this is to get grounded within yourself. Gotta write that down. I've got orbs over here to my side. Let's take a look at this pentacle here. Yeah, it brings so much relief, so much healing. Very bright. I love how we get the pentacle with the pentagram there and the star. It just very reminiscent, very mirror-esque, you know. For someone, I'm hearing, do you really need the blessings to flow and be so tangible that you believe in them? For others, this is like, I need to feel it before I can believe it. This is about walking by faith and not by sight. Okay. What is this? Page of Wands. What has he got to say? What's the news coming in? Knight of Cups. Six of Wands, or Six of Swords rather. 10 of Cups. Well, you know what? It's time to move. So how they came out here. Oh, just got a really hard headache. So for some of you, this is leading you right into everything you've wanted. You know, this, whatever you're sitting in, wherever this fork of the road is, whatever these endings are, you know, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the number 10, whatever these endings have been, here's the silver lining. Here is a silver lining now. You could have somebody coming in to offer some an assistance, a shoulder. Could be someone who comes in to offer some love. Could be something that's potential family, a long-term partner. But it moves you out of where you're at to where you're going, and you take with you all the knowledge, all the experience, you know, with you. So whatever this news is coming in, it's good news. It's moving you toward what you want. It comes in very, it may have been nudging you. It may have come in like a full force. But then when you can ground yourself and be in your heart space and connected, then you realize how gentle it could have been a hell of a lot worse. That's what I want to say. But there could be someone else coming in. Could be a counselor, could be a friend. Like I said, could be a potential romantic partner. It's going to be different for everyone. It could be someone younger than you that brings the news in. We do have Page of Wands, Knight of Cups, both younger energies. But it sets you free from this never-ending mind-boggling. And you know, we have had the last few days, we have had a lot going on, a lot of work being done in our brains through the downloads we've been receiving, through the galactic assistance, and it's purposeful. And so if you've had these nights where, like I have, where the brain, you just can't shut it down, try some rhodiola root extract or some GABA, GABA. They're both holistic supplements that you can find online, just to help calm that nervous system and the brain down, so you can see the truth, hear the truth, know the truth. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that truth. Clarity. You know, things may not be. We had that Seven of Cups show itself on the bottom of the deck. With Mercury being retrograde, it just might not be the time to implement anything because of the fogginess of things, right? Because what is he? Sorry, Empress is be retrograde in Sag. Okay, so what I have written here for when Mercury goes retrograde in Sagittarius on the 25th, 26th-ish, um, just be still as your inner directive may be off, okay? For sure. Whenever Mercury is in retrograde, our inner directive is off. And that's why it's so important to get silent, to get still, sit in your heart space, commune with spirit, commune with your guides, your ancestors, ground into the earth, get that channel flowing very freely. Be grounded, you know, Venus and Taurus here with the Empress. This is about knowing who you are. So I was asking about the truth. What is the truth? That there's nothing for you to do other than to ground your energy. I can't say that any clearer. Where are we going here from here? Got the world here. New cycles begin. Strength. So thank you, Spirit, for leaving that up on my thing. It says, so I posted the other day, it's going to take great courage to walk the path of least resistance. Here's the courage, because we are walking through a new gateway, a new portal. We do have the 11/11 portal coming on Monday. I will do a video for that. This can encompass it for the collective. I probably will do a twin flame video for that. Like I said, though, I have a very full weekend. Plus, I'm choosing to work on Monday for one of my ladies. So, yeah, all the time and all the effort, all the energy. You know what to put your time and energy into now. By now, by whatever this cycle is, whatever it is changing and shifting for you, you know, yeah, there's another ace here, Ace of Wands. You've put a lot of time and effort into it. There are going to be people, you put a lot of time and effort into yourself. There are going to be people that do not agree, that do not align with you. They are not in alignment with you, for sure. It's not the first time we've come up against people like that, right? For sure. I don't know who says for sure a lot, but that's something that's coming out of my mouth a lot right now. So there's, yeah, it's going to take a lot of courage for whatever this change and this shift in cycle is, whatever this new paradigm is for you. It's going to take a lot of courage for you to step out of old patterns of, you know, if times get tough, I put my nose to the grindstone and I dive into a project. It's going to take courage to change how you, thank you, how you filter the energy through you. Spirit's not saying that it's, you know, no, you're not going to, you know, be diving into projects. It's going to be different. There's going to be incremental changes within you. You know, Eight of Pentacles, it takes time. These changes, these endings, they've been coming for a long time. Like I said, you have been getting the nudges. And for those who have not been paying attention to the nudges, this is going to come in with great force to get you to wake up, to get you to listen, to get you to pay attention. For those who have done the work and have done the work, that have cleared the karmic patterns, that have put down and taken responsibility for their role in it, you're now reassessing where you're at, how you got to where you are, and then you are gently receiving these new downloads. Transmuting as well. I'm hearing for some of you may be transmuting the collective energy you know, this energy that's floating around in the collective. But it takes great courage to walk the path of least resistance, and because there are going to be people that just look at you like, they look at you cross-eyed like, what the hell are you freaking doing? It's because they're still stuck in those old patterns, but that's their journey. Leave them, love them, and leave them to their own journey. Yeah, Four of Pentacles, Six of Wands. Just release let go of what doesn't serve you anymore, and recognize what you're holding on to. Recognize perhaps what the collective is holding on to, whether or not it's in alignment for you. There's that confusion again, but there's the new beginning with the Fool and the Judgment, resurrection of spirit. I'm hearing resurrection of spirit, inner spirit. This is not about Jesus coming through and walking the earth again, because it's in here. We are that energy. It's about union, Christ consciousness. Archangel Michael here with temperance and patience. Building, there's okay. I love that. So I've got the Emperor here. We've got the Empress. We've got the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. I was hearing building a new future for yourself, for sure, and being able to celebrate that, you know, the blessings that are already within your life, and the ones that you know are coming. You've once whatever you've working through here, you get to share your experience with others. You've learned a great deal from this, and for some in particular, I don't know, maybe 20% of you, or maybe more, you'll be like on a platform like this. You'll be sharing your story. You'll be sharing your experience for the greater good of all. For others, it's on a micro level where you'll be, you know, coffee, with friends, and what you say really helps them see their light within themselves. It gets them thinking. It gets them prepared and ready to change their whatever's changing within their own personal experiences. But your experience helps others. It's how them. I mean, he's just saying it very loudly. Your experience helps others. Use your wisdom, use your knowledge, use your experience to shine the light. I grabbed my lantern, but it's over there. It's a little farther away. I should have it on my table here. But you know me. Hang on to that lantern, shine the light, release what's very rigid within your own self. If there's anything, left over, we don't fully dissolve the ego, but the ego does get smaller and smaller and smaller. It has a less impact because we learn to love it as much, and it doesn't have the power that it used to. For some, like I said, I do have the Emperor and the Empress here. This is about coming together in a long-term connection. If you are on the twin flame path, if you have a divine counterpart, soulmate, but it's finding common ground. It's two coming together with a common goal, Spirit is saying. So let's get a final message. There's a lot here that you can take, but things are definitely changing. Like I said, you want to, if you've been getting the nudges and you've been ignoring them. I mean, I knew I was ignoring them, but I didn't think for in a million years that Spirit would just whip the rug out from underneath me. And that's exactly what they did. And I love them for it, because that's what I needed. It was time that I got on the ascension journey, aware to the ascension journey. So there's that. If you feel that you're in that space, this is your message saying the only way to connect and hear the messages clearly is to connect, to go within, sit. There isn't anything other than that for you to do physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Ask Archangel Malcolm. I was going to say Malcolm. I don't know who Archangel Malcolm is, but I have Archangel Michael's oracle in my hand here. All right. Go forward fearlessly. There's that strength card. I'll hold that up if you want to stop the camera or stop the video and read the message at the bottom. Positive thoughts create positive results. Again, Spirit wants me to reiterate how your outer world, how you're viewing the outer world is a clear reflection of some aspect of your inner world, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, your health, whatever it is, whatever it is for you. So take a look at that. Don't be ashamed of what comes up for you. I hope my fingers aren't over those words. And yeah, just face it head on. It's okay. If you need assistance or whatever, hook up with me. I can definitely hold some space for you, do a reading, however you want, whatever you need from me. And this one says, pay attention to your dreams. So you may be receiving some dreams that are giving you these downloads and these messages and these nudges. Write them down. When you get up in the morning, write them down. I'm also wanting to say it's not just about the dreams that you have in nighttime. This is about pay attention to the dreams that you're setting, the goals that you're setting for yourself. Are you setting them for the highest and greatest good of all? Are they selfish? Are they, I don't know, somebody needed to hear that aspect of that conversation there. So that saying of what you put your focus on, positive thoughts create positive results. If you're focusing on whatever you're focusing on, make sure you're focusing on it from a pure heart. I'm just going to leave it there, okay? A little longer than I thought, but with me, I don't put a time on Spirit, so gonna leave it there, folks. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for all your likes, shares, subscribes. I appreciate that you're all here. And until next time, I love you. Have a great weekend.